Slovak. Merry Christmas, humans. One moment. God. Oh. This is not exactly my idea of a good time. So many Anunnaki beings here, making sure that humans go by what they're being told to be human. There's actually walls here that you're not seeing, obviously, to keep, they're sending, it's like programming walls that are going on. Some of you might see them, it's in the fourth dimension usually, or they're in another dimension, let's put it that way. They basically keep your mindset the way they want you to keep it, the beings that are causing difficulties here. Of course, that can be changed, but many are not ready for that change, as you can see. Good God. It's like a chamber, but it's not entirely enforced. You can clear it out. Basically, it's like pushing a wall down, basically. It just, you don't see it in places like this that are, they're trying to keep, at least the low energies, Anunnakis, want to keep you, you know, under par, under the mind control. As you can tell, there's a lot of mind control going on here. As for buying things and not really connecting to your full higher self. Realize also these places can be eventually turned into rejuvenation centers. Rejuvenate yourself. Yes, it's a third, especially where there's a place that has a lot of third dimensional energies, such as this, a tourist attraction. As you evolve, it will turn to more of a place of just like a spa in some regard, a fourth dimensional spa. Look at it that way. So that is what a contribution to your, as you enhance your direction, change your ways. As even humans here will come here, so like, as not this place in particular, but there will be places made eventually for a fourth dimensional, you can say a upgrade for that matter. Third dimensional individuals will go there to basically, it's kind of like, kind of like a spa, but a more of an upgrade spa, if that makes sense. As you basically learn your abilities, and you cut through the third dimensional energies. And some are technically making that already. I mean, technically a spa in general is kind of like that. It's just, things are going to rejuvenation, but it's another version of it. It's like your first upgrade center. As for this place, once humanity fully evolves into more of a fourth dimensional energy, you know, basically you're hovering around, you're seeing each other more clearly. Everyone's a little bit more nicer to each other. Basically, as if you feel each other's intentions, we also talk to each other. You don't have to be near anybody either. You can talk to somebody that's way over there. You just connect to their vibration, you know exactly who it is. This is where you're going as for dimensional wise, but eventually, things take time. You have to let go of the third dimensional mindset that has not been flushed down the drain completely. It's there for a reason, has its purpose. It's a learning process. And yeah, 300-400 years possibly for your human evolution to fully hit in gear. As you can tell, many here, when they hear all this, they just call it a bunch of rubbish and go back to being a programmed human, but that's okay. There's a lot to learn from that experience also, so it's not all a loss. Every experience has a purpose, and just where the soul wants to go. And that's because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not right for them. As many of you are probably picking up on, some that connect more to the fourth dimensional energies feel like everyone should connect to it, and that's not always the case. Of course, when your Earth goes into more of a fourth dimensional environment, that'll be a big difference. But it's, one moment. There's a lot of Anunnaki beings that don't want any change. But you realize there are several ships here that are not seen And many of them are, yes, of a positive Yael, positive reptilian. Actually, a lot of beings are underground here. I know that sounds like, what? They have their ways of making that work. Yes, I know, it's Florida, it's sewer, or either way, they know how to make that work, let's put it that way. It's dimensions. It's a different story. It's not in your physical realm. What is that? Michael Jackson, I taught him a lot of stuff. Another thing that's going on with your fourth-dimensional transformation is less food, more energy consumption, more that you're filling the mind with knowledge, and less of need for food. Some might still want it. It takes time to go in that environment as you have a more peaceful environment. And that, as you can see, is not exactly, it's easier said than done at this time. But many are allowing that to come into, what do you call it, your brethren? More of that's going to become the norm. Well, also you can heal diseases with that also. It's all in the mind. Some do add food to their consumption because they feel like they need it, and they do for psychological purposes. For that environment, they need it, but eventually that will be changed. One moment. Yes, there is a JFK energy here also. Not to say he's going to come through, but it's basically after JFK was left this planet abruptly, it's like he already knew of his sacrifice he was going to commit or be a part of experience for that matter. And it's also his gift to humanity to realize what's going on. Realize even if he was not shot, they would have gotten him eventually. With that manner, the way they went about it was for the best. It was right in everybody's face. If it was done through food poisoning or another matter, it wouldn't have had the impact that it did. Because right now people are realizing, so it had a lot of purposes behind it. I imagine many of you can connect to that energy field. Nothing's done by mistake. I must be going. Blessings. Greetings, this is Nathaniel. Blessings, Tallbond Nordics. Bring a positive vibration, and so you can have a complete communication here without interference. There are many, yes, reptilians here are actually indulging with what you call fun on your planet. As for some of them, have another version of your park here, so the reptilians can have fun with humans. They have another version of it, but they simulate it as if when humans ride their rides, you have a reptilian with you, of course, if you want that or not. Most people do agree with it. Of course, you're in a higher vibrational energy, so there's another version of this park that many are having fun with at least. They're also learning how to be human, learning how to adapt to human ways, and also humans are learning how to adapt to more aliens also. How do you think it works? Do you think it's because you know that they're here and remember from your old memories? You're connecting to them constantly. So that's why when you connect to them, it's an easy, oh yeah, I know who you guys are. Now others are not around that. When they come back into the third dimension, they shut off your alien connections as they wish to experience that. That's another reason why so many have any difficulties, and sometimes they have past life difficulties with it also. But does that mean in astral they don't connect to alien entities? They do actually on a grand scale. It just when they come back into human, the human fears trigger up, everything comes back, the third dimension comes back, and now you have a closed off human to alien connections. Nothing wrong with that, but just to give you an idea how that operates. Every human on this planet connects to an alien energy because that is what you are, connected to your family. That's just normal. And that's what all of you will, yeah, it's just a part of other experiences. You're also building new incarnations by going through this also. So there's many layers behind this. You're not just here because you feel like it. There's much more to it than that. And what's also a little bit more interesting is that how many close off, those in the third dimension close off fourth dimensional energies. They go through all those experiences. So it's also very fascinating, actually very hard for the ascension, but also it has much to learn from that. As many are just hardcore third dimensional beings, and you have many of them here, but much of that is coming to a whip, so you can say slightly. But still there's a heavy hold there, because there's much to learn. It's like you're in school and you're holding on to that level of thinking, and many are not ready to let go of that. As for the Galactic Federation of Light, one moment. There is, yes, a lot of spike of higher vibrations, a transformation of human energies. As much of the Cabal has been removed, not all of it, but a good portion of it. Mostly with your Saudis at this time. Your bankers are next. That's a little bit more harder to say. Basically, the bankers are more compromised to a degree. Many of them are taking low energies and trying to use money against people, such as stock market crash, Bitcoin crash. You know, basically we don't care what kind of money you want and you have what you want to experience. It's whatever floats your boat. You can have a bunch of ducks that are statues and use that for money. I mean, we don't really care. And some do have that. As for what it's worth. So realize there is a lot of manipulation going on with the money system, as many do not want you to excel. So they're going to bring fear in where they can, especially when it has the stock market. The stock market's used against humanity on a grand scale. But that's all changing. Over the next few years, eventually your stock market, it will continue to go high, but also become more useful. As more indulge, yes, more and more economic favorability. It doesn't have to do with Trump. It has a lot to do with the energies that are here. He is orchestrating a lot of transformation, but it's not just him. Obviously, other governments are going to be a part of it. Even the Saudis, they're letting go of their old ways. They're not just going to let women drive. They're going to do much more. Yes, there's a darkness there, but it's not going to last forever. And as for war, it's going to be unlikely. North Korea, unlikely. He's not getting his way, and they are going to remove him, and he's having difficulties with that promise. Now, there are also other versions of him there too, as for clones. So it's not always him saying those things. Most of the part it is, but there are also some clones that come in that are more esoteric, a little bit more, or at least more life-threatening. Realize also you're going to a new vortex energy. Humans are becoming more spiritual because that wall of third dimension is lifting away and will continue to do so. It's just basically finding your soul, yourself, your chakras. More films will come more into your environment as for teaching you how to connect more to your spirit energies, as some still see it as fiction. It is far from that. It will become more real, and that realism will become part of your realities. Many of you will actually begin to hover and go to your destination without a car, transportation, as for just a thought in your mind, be able to go there, disappear and appear where you wish to go. There's much change coming in your environment. Not all of it's been activated yet, but your future looks bright. Just believe in yourself. Positivity and excellent energy to connect. Just believe in yourself. Belief, it doesn't matter if nobody else believes you, as long as you believe in yourself. That's all that matters. Because others are not always going to agree what you're doing. It's just the way it is. That's a test. Just trust yourself. Trust your channeling connections. Trust yourself. And not worry about negative beings trying to attack you. If you do, of course, they'll get closer to you. And do not worry about negative beings interfering with your channeling abilities. Some already channel more energies, and many don't really care for that. I mean, some don't mind, but then eventually they discover something's not right there. But remember, not everything you're going to say is going to resonate with everyone also. Doesn't mean you're channeling negative beings. It's just that you're channeling what they don't really need to hear, or they don't. It has many purposes behind it. And they're evolving in a direction that you're evolving in a different direction, just evolving in so many different ways. It truly does not matter. What matters most is what's good for you. I will leave you be now. Blessings.